Hi, everybody, and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me with Oberon's outlook on the emotional exchanges. The show focuses mostly about the romantic aspects of our emotionality, but some of this can just be applied to general relationships as well. I do a reading for each sign of the zodiac, and it's two cards. Basically, what is that emotional vibration you'll feel this week? And then two, will you be lucky? We're going to start off with an affirmation from the Universal Love Oracle deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. Let's call it a card for the collective. And that card is the Goddess. It's very nice. This card relates to issues of creativity, intuition, reflection, and nurturing. Look at the image and note what feelings emerge. The lady in the picture has the moon reflecting behind her. The moon, being feminine in nature, constantly reflects light. She is here to remind you of your own intuitive, creative, and nurturing power. Reflect upon the past few months. Have you lost touch with your intuitive, creative, and nurturing power? Perhaps you are not fully utilizing these energies. There is much to be gained by reconnecting with these qualities. Tap into them by connecting with the goddess that holds the essence of creation with creation, whether male or female. The goddess is a reflection of the beauty and power you hold within you. All right. So that was a nice way of opening up the cards. So we will go right into it then. I'm starting off with Aries, and these are good for sun, moon, or rising. You can get the cameras over there. And I'm using the Modern Love Tarot by Anthony, artwork by Lucy Morningstar. All right, Aries, sun, moon, or rising, essence or vibration. Reversed Queen of Cups. So you might be feeling emotionally distraught, emotionally a little bit on fire. Maybe things don't feel really calming to you. Maybe you're just got an intensity of emotion about you for this week, would be the most general way to say that. So, and that would be, considering most of us. So from the bottom of the deck, I pull the card that says, will you be lucky? It's a major arcana. So in this system, major arcanas mean good luck, which means maybe, of course. And ironically, it's the world reversed. This could be saying that maybe you would have luck here, but it seems like there's something you're not quite finished with yet. So maybe getting lucky means whether emotionally things are really kind of already managed or complete. I will move on to Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. What is the energy or vibration for the week? That's Three of Wands reversed. So there's a feeling like you're missing out on an opportunity, like something wanted to engage with you, maybe emotionally, and begin a new friendship or relationship of some sort. But somehow that may have had, a kind of shelf life or expiration date, and it didn't quite happen, or it's not going to happen the way you thought. Will you be lucky? And again, a major arcana, the Chariot. And I guess this is saying that you could be. Good luck. It depends on the amount of motivation you have and drive to pursue. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Right from the top of the deck, what is the vibrant energy for this week? It's Judgment. I don't know, didn't you have this last time maybe? Somebody did last week. Judgment upright. So Gemini, this feels like maybe there's been a breakthrough in your emotional feelings about something. It almost feels like an epiphany. You totally didn't expect it. It could be like falling in love, but it's falling in love against the odds or against what you really thought you wanted to do, or some great emotional upset or change that is not bad, but is something that really arrives at an interesting point in time for you. So will you be lucky? It's the Hermit reversed. Now, the major arcana always means good luck, but the Hermit reversed maybe is indicating your good luck comes when you move away from maybe a more hermetic existence. Like maybe if you've been shying away, you need to kind of reconnect. You need to get back out into the real world, Gemini. All right, we'll move on to Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibe or energy for you, emotionally speaking? It's the Knight of Wands, and so you are on the hunt. You feel like maybe you feel empowered. You feel like there's a challenge that's worthy of you. It may be emotionally or in some sort of friendship zone kind of thing. I mean, it's Wands, so it does talk to the idea of networking or partnerships, businesses. So maybe these are things that have emotional appeal for you, and you just seem to be able to move into that area effortlessly, and you have determination, etc. So will you be lucky? And it's swords. It means no. It's the Eight of Swords reversed. And you may find yourself, or you may find an opinion about yourself is different than maybe what it should be, but apparently it's not going to help you get lucky, quote unquote. Right, Cancer. We'll move on to Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So, Leo, what's the vibe? What's the energy or situation going on? It's the reversed Five of Wands. This sort of pivots to me. This is like saying, from some sort of emotional point of view, maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's a bigger relationship. Each side is going back and forth, being overly competitive or willing to try to face the issues and find a middle ground. So it just sort of seems like a back and forth kind of thing is going on in your relationships right now. If you have a strong relationship, this may be a time where each side is competing in certain ways. Will you be lucky? It's cups, it will come naturally. And it's two of cups. It almost feels like if there was a relationship problem or a dialogue that was kind of back and forth a lot, but it seems to be resolved. The two of cups says there's harmony and trust and a growing relationship, or one that is renewed. So that was Leo. We'll go on to Virgo, Sun, rising. What's the energy or the vibe around you this week, Virgo? Six of Swords. Emotionally speaking, you realize you want to move away from whatever's troubling you right now. It could be a bad relationship, but it could be other things that emotionally have displeasure for you. So will you be lucky? And it's cups. It will come naturally. It's the Six of Cups. So a lot of this is about realizing that people can change, and that maybe if things were a certain way in the past, it's not a guarantee it'll be that way. It could be saying too that if you are moving to try to recapture something of the past, I mean, they are both sixes, right? Yeah, that's a thought. So that maybe, this movement could bring you back in touch with the past. But I get the feeling you shouldn't rely on that necessarily to be lucky. It'll come naturally. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. And the vibe around you, it's the Chariot reversed. So things really seem to be sluggish. There's no motivation, and there's a lack of control here. You don't feel like you're able to, put it in gear and, work smarter and faster. And that's in your love life or your emotional life, your life of relationships. It just sort of feels like maybe just things are kind of tepid and not quite inert, but going that way. Will you be lucky? It's the Knight of Wands. Wands means you'll have to work at it. So the Knight of Wands is upright though. So that seems to indicate that, there's somebody that's willing to take charge and really feels drawn to the idea of trying to be lucky. That's Libra. All right, we're going to move on to Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Scorpio, what's the vibe? What's going on in the relationship world around you, the energy feel? It's the Lovers reversed. Could you be feeling that sometimes you're just more attracted to sort of, you know, the physical things, maybe? It's not that you're not pure, it's just that maybe you're more physically oriented than, emotionally oriented. And so maybe you're coming to terms with that this week, or you're thinking about it this week. Will you be lucky? It'll come naturally because it's cups, but it's the Nine of Cups reversed. And so if you're in this period of time of reflection, maybe looking at what you like, what is attractive to you. Maybe you realize that it's okay to not have high standards. Oh, Scorpio, that's a surprise, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we will now move on to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sagittarius, what kind of energy or vibration is around you, emotionally speaking? And it's the Hanged Man. And I don't know, maybe you're a martyr. Maybe you sort of feel like nobody likes you. Maybe you feel like you have to perform certain things in order to be acceptable in some relationship or broader association. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Um, it just feels like you're sort of moving into a nomadic or monastic kind of thing. Would you be lucky? It's Pentacles. It'll come with a price. It's the Two of Pentacles. So to me, this sort of seems like, once again, finding some balance you need to find. That maybe it's okay to be a hermit, but maybe you have to balance that with not always being a hermit. If you can find balance, maybe you would be lucky. Sagittarius. We'll move on to Capricorn now. Capricorn, and this is Sun, Moon, or Rising, what is the vibe around you? What is the emotional feel? It's reversed Nine of Wands. Oh, poor Capricorn. I guess you're sort of feeling like a retreat in a way. You sort of feel like you don't have the energy to be ready for this. You sort of feel defeated already, and you can't, emotionally speaking, if there's a relationship involved, you sort of feel like giving up. Capricorn. And it could be a relationship with something abstract. It doesn't mean it's a person relationship. It's something that brings you great pleasure, though. So would you be lucky? It's a major arcana, so it says good luck. That's like maybe, but it's the Hermit. And this indicates maybe that you need time to have reflection here and kind of go over the matter and decide, what do you need to be prepared or to be uh, ready for things emotionally. And then move on to Aquarius now. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Aquarius, what is the vibrant energy around you right now? And Aquarius, you're very optimistic here. The Magician says you feel like you really have control over all the energies and the basic things you need in order, to be on top of your emotional or relationship-oriented life. You sort of feel you're just really in charge and that everything would go according to plan. Will you be lucky? And it's Wands, so it means you have to work at it, but it's the reversed Queen of Wands. And so this may be saying that although you have a lot of, inner strength and control, you might this week not really be very proficient at being alluring. That somehow, it's a dual side here. Like maybe you just don't feel confident enough in certain ways, but you should, because you have all this willpower. So that's a paradox, Aquarius. I don't understand that. but it is possible that you will be able to work at it. All right, finally, we are at Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And I want to thank everybody for coming. Drop me a line sometime and let me know what you think of this reading. I don't hear complaints, so that's good. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is that energy or feel that's around you, the vibration? Oh, Pisces, you get it. It's the Ace of Cups. So maybe, Pisces, you sort of feel like not only is love in the air, but maybe you feel like it's a fresh start, that somehow something is beginning. You could be in a new relationship. If it's not with a person, it could be something you really want or enjoy doing. Will you be lucky? And it's Pentacles, so it will come with a price. It's the reverse Ten of Pentacles. And the price could be that you're not going to get a level of support for this. In other words, for being lucky, that maybe there's sort of is an energy that is just not supportive of you at this time. This energy might normally come from the people that are the closest around you. This could also be saying too that maybe some of this is about the economy, that maybe, getting lucky means that there's a price to pay for it. So might make you broke. I don't know. All right, everybody, that's what we have this week for the emotional exchanges. And like I said, thank you everybody for coming this week. I'll just mention that happy hour is on later tomorrow, Saturday. It's going to be on at 4 o'clock, I think. And I'm just like whipping home from work. Everything kind of got changed around with my work environment. So that's what happened there. But anyway, after that, Sunday we'll be back with Banshee's Material Manners. We're live in the chat room for that. That's at 10 a.m. also. And then in the afternoon, we're live streaming regular show from 2 to 4 p.m. So that's our week ahead. And that was the Emotional Exchanges. Thanks again for coming.